Hey, community, here's what's brewing today.
Set it off, Atlanta reunion.
Hey, what you wearing to that Beyonce concert, though?
And ask your aunties pronouns, little stupid ass bitch. So get your cups ready for Minoritea Report.
That second one was good. It
gave everything.
It really gave.
Hey, welcome to Minoritea Report. It's Auntie Jerrell.
It's Auntie Dawon.
And it's Auntie Jerrell. Round two.
Yay, right. At least we caught it early this go round.
We did catch it early.
It wasn't me this time, damn it.
It wasn't me.
Come on, Shaggy. That's still a bop. Every time I hear that song, that's just a good ass song.
I still love that song.
That's a good ass song.
It's been a minute since I've heard that song.
I heard it. Where did I hear? Oh, I heard it, I think, on the cruise last month. And I was like, that
sounds about right.
Good,
that's a song I would literally expect to hear on a cruise.
Yeah. And actually, it wasn't even on a cruise. It was like in Honduras when we got off. So,
well, they already gentrified that song when they put Ashton Kutcher on that Cheez-Its commercial. Do you remember?
Oh yeah,
I forgot he's like about that.
The cheese, not Cheez-Its, but cheese
Doritos
or something
like
cheesy,
Cheetos or something. Something on their fingers.
Yeah, but the fingers. Yeah,
it wasn't me.
You two doing all right today?
Yeah, not too bad. I just got back in town from Chicago, which it had been a minute since I've been in Chicago, and I still love that place so much, y'all.
It's great.
I love Chicago. I honestly haven't been since before the pandemic. Like I went back briefly for my aunt's funeral 2 years ago, but it was just in passing. Like I was just flew in, stayed there, went to Gary, flew out, and that was it. So this is my first time since probably like maybe 2019 of being in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I love that place so much.
She's still cute, huh?
She is still cute, bitch. She is still cute. I'm like, damn.
Chicago can still get it, huh?
It really
1,000.
Really but I would say this though, like I'm definitely in a different place in my life because I see it differently too. You know, like going out, like when I'm out there now, I'm like, ooh, oh, they doing too much. I'm gonna be over here. You know, like I found myself like I don't want to be in the thick of things anymore. And I'm like, oh, that line's too long. No, where else we going? Like I found myself doing other things, like going out in Andersonville and going to other places. Then
oh, sorry, Auntie Henny done grew up on us.
I know, right? She said DS Tequila. Oh,
Scarlet. Oh,
Roscoe's. Oh.
Literally, I said that to all those things. Of course, I did step into Sidetrack once. I only went out one time. I went out one time, and that was pretty much it. Although, no, we went out to some event called Queen in Wrigleyville.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, y'all wildin'.
Oh, they poppin'. That music, honey,
girl. It was the unbuttoned flies for me, and I'm like, why your pants on? Oh. Never mind. Never mind. I turned my head the other way and I found out why. I was like, oh, okay. All right. Okay, I'm gonna be over here where the light is.
Give it a high five.
Look, I stay my ass in the light. Oh, like no, ma'am. No, ma'am. That's too dark over there for me. Nope.
They just It is the wild, wild west anymore. Everybody trying to get content for their OnlyFans any way they can. They say, who goes to Stevie's when you can go to Taco Bell and get stuffed?
Girl, it was wild. It was great for people watching though. It was
I bet it was.
Drinking our juice like. Wild, like, okay, are you cute? All right, look,
right.
It was a cute moment, but basically, like, got back and basically went back to work. So it was like,
I know. Yeah. I was in Atlanta I was back in Atlanta for the second time since I left, because literally right when we left, we went back 2 weeks later for my cousin's wedding. But since that, so still almost a year, the end of March, or it was a year this past weekend. And shout out to Pop-Up Productions and Set It Off Atlanta. I was able to do I was hosting their reunion show.
Yeah.
So that was fun. Crazy. It's
Look at her.
You know, like, it's a long ass day to do that shit. Like, because everybody's already on 10 trying to get their point across, and you know, you said this and you did that and da 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 da, and trying to manage all that and moderate all that while you're filming, and you know, and trying to be thinking on the fly. It's kind of a lot. It's fun. But by the end, I was like, I don't want to talk no more. Like, I'm done talking.
But I can't wait to watch this. I cannot wait to watch this. We need to do a viewing party. That's what we going to do. Auntie Dawon and I going to watch and be like, behind the scenes, can we be the voices? Right.
We should do. That'd be fun. And actually, and so this episode, obviously, we drop episodes every Monday. So I think they're trying to release at least the part 1 of it this past Thursday. So a few days ago already. So if so, go out there on YouTube and check it out. Pop-Up Production, Set It Off Atlanta. If not, then it might be this coming Thursday. They're trying to rush and get it done. It's a 3-parter.
3-parter.
Girl.
Oh, damn.
And the crazy thing, the people that caused a lot of the drama this season weren't even there. I think either quit the show at the yeah, it's crazy. So people was in their feelings that they didn't show. It was crazy. I was like, Lord help us. But yeah, so shout out to them. So that was fun to be back in Atlanta. And similar, I get the same vibes I get when I visit Chicago, where I'm just like, oh, I miss Chicago. I realize I miss Atlanta almost the same way. So being back, I'm like, oh damn, I miss Atlanta a lot. A lot. But it was cute. It was cute to be back. And that city is just still growing like crazy. Even the year I've been gone, the amount of new shit that's in that city. I'm like, how did this tall ass building just pop up out of nowhere? And where is that from? And that city's insane. And there's so many cranes in the sky. Solange.
God, look, I literally, the moment it came, I was like,
in that city. Yeah, it's bizarre. That city is something else. But yeah, so I'm the same boat with you. And then the flight got delayed coming out Sunday night because I took the last flight out Sunday night. And that's when a lot of those bad storms were coming through the South.
Oh, yeah.
And so supposed to leave at 9, didn't leave until almost like 11. So getting back to Philly so late, and then literally had to work Monday morning. So I think I'm still dragging from that. Like I was telling you how I was just tired today. I think a bitch is just getting old. And then Dawon, you out there in San Fran, so you out there just traveling up a storm again still too.
Again. Because I was just here 2 weeks ago.
Your status on Facebook, like, why am I paying rent? I was like, I don't know, girl. why are you paying rent?
Why are you?
It's crazy. It really is. Now I'm out here for work because we're doing it's Women's History Month, and we sponsor 28 women out of my budget. We sponsor 28 women to attend this women's summit that we're hosting in our corporate offices. So I was here to be kind of like a little bit of the on-site chaperone, you know, as a sponsor for the event. But honey, these time zones, they're getting my ass. I'm telling you, girl, because yesterday, this morning, I had to be on site at 6:45 because, you know, we have like a workplace experience team that helps like manage a lot of the logistics, but because of the last minute of this and they have some personal things going on, they're like, hey, would you mind stopping in, you know, early on Tuesday and Wednesday, to let the caterers in and And I was like, yeah, I can do that, thinking, okay, that's not so bad. Like 6:45, you know, San Francisco time ain't nothing but what, 9:45, you know, Eastern time. But girl, I didn't even get to bed until 1. So
we're just like 4 Eastern. Yeah.
Right? Oh my gosh. It's been a day. It's been a day. But it's all good. It's all good.
And you still got the Clooney's coming in. I was like, go ahead, Dawon. My boo looking cute.
Honey, it looked like somebody did a face dunk with me and some flour. Like,
got the powdered donuts.
Right. She knew she was going to San Francisco. She said, look,
Giving them
when
all
in-
this
Daddy,
when in
daddy,
the Bay
daddy,
Area.
daddy,
Look.
daddy. Give it to me, daddy.
I've been- honey, hey, come on, Tamar. I have not been to San Fran in so long. Like it's been, I think the last time I went to San Fran was like 2000, and so this tells you I'm not about to even say like 2010 or 20 some 2000 like 8 or something like that.
Damn.
2010.
Turn of the
It's been
century.
a minute, right? A minute. I need to get out there.
Yeah, San Francisco's cute. I've always liked San Francisco. I know a lot of people that live here. I don't know a lot of people that live here. I know some people that live here, but like a lot of people that I know that live here, like coworkers and stuff like that, they're, they talk about how dangerous it's become because of the pandemic and with a lot of homelessness, and like a lot of the buildings are closed, and there's a lot of street crime, but like it's still just like it's so cute.
Yeah.
It is so pretty. I was walking from the restaurant to the Uber, and I was just looking around and just like, this is nice. Ooh, they got money.
Are you staying over there by the museum?
No, I'm off of the Embarcadero, by
Okay.
not by Golden Gate Bridge, but by the other bridge, the one that goes out to Oakland.
Oh,
Yep, okay.
Yeah,
I know
I'm in the
I
financial
know you are.
district, so yeah.
Yeah.
Bay
Yeah.
Area,
Which is not too far from
Mhm.
from the area as well too. Yeah, that area is cute. I like it over there.
Yeah.
I want to go to Folsom out there. That's what I want to go to.
That's what I thought you were here you were there the last time
No.
for.
No,
there's
with,
there's a Folsom
Go
in
ahead.
New York, right?
Folsom East. Yeah, it's that's funny you said that. I literally just looked that up yesterday.
I wonder
2 days
why.
ago or something like that.
She done got her
Well,
some leather. She got her some leather gear. She got
Honey,
her a hat. She said,
That is true.
Look,
That is a statement.
What they
she
do?
in her leather era, okay?
Yeah,
Look.
what they do.
Right.
She said, "Look,
Mistress is in her congeniality era. I'm in my leather era.
Her
Yes,
leather era.
She done bought her some stock and
literally
Vaseline.
just looked that shit up.
She done bought her some stock and
Stock and
Vaseline, honey.
Vaseline, bitch.
She said, "I'm gonna be greased up everywhere, honey. I ain't gonna bathe for
I mean,
I ain't gonna bathe for a month, but I'm gonna be the
That's
hottest
too
trade
funny.
at the party." She said, "They gonna smell me
I
coming."
wanted to go last year, and then something popped up that reminded me. I was like, "Oh, I forget when it is," and I think it's like June 8th weekend or something like that.
Mhm.
And I was like, "Oh, maybe I'll go," but then I don't know what I'm doing for party. This year is just so up in the air, trying to figure out what we're doing. So,
You should
but
come
I was
to
like,
New
if I'm
York.
gonna be in the area,
You
then
should come
but
to New York.
girl, you were just talking about you about to be in Europe for like nine months,
Right. Doing Folsom East.
Right.
Right. In other words, what she's
Like, I'm in
saying
New York,
is,
bitch,
in
you ain't
other
gonna
words,
be there.
in other words, what she's saying is, here's the keys. You got a place to stay while
Right,
I'm out.
exactly.
There you
I might
go.
need this place to stay. Shit. I know she's like, yeah, we might be there for this amount of time and go here. Girl, you ain't thinking about no Folsom East.
Really not.
Look.
Really not. Look, I didn't share my little black party story. Not my seed.
Right. She
No,
said,
ma'am.
I'm good.
I was just joking.
Lord
I forgot who I was
Jesus.
just joking with. I was like, Fizz said he wanted to go there for his birthday this year. And he was like, that's not me. And I was like, you know about Folsom. She's like, well, I would go, but
Fizz is trying to get into his daddy era.
She in her daddy era. Yeah.
I can tell by some of the pictures she be posting on Instagram. I'm like, okay, Fizz. Fizz over here trying to get in her daddy era.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with embracing the age that you are and what you
Here
have
we
been
go.
gifted with. I'm telling you,
I
lean
agree.
into it.
Mhm.
Lean into it. And if
1,000.
you need yourself a little Vaseline, nigga, let's lube up.
Them elbows on the
Why your nipples glistening?
It's like you love it, don't you? Huh? You see it.
I'm here for it.
Lord.
Love that. Actually,
Man, it
I'm
was
not gonna
crazy though
lie.
when I was
I'm not gonna lie. Just going back to the Folsom thing, I would actually do
Yeah.
it. I would do it. I would go.
I just want to see it. You know?
Yeah.
It's like at this point, you hear the lure of a lot of these just events, especially some of these older events that have been around forever. I just want to say I did it at this point, you know.
I can't
Like,
go.
why not?
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Why?
And y'all know why I can't do it? Because my
Why?
face always says what the fuck I'm thinking. And I would be sitting there just being like, the fuck?
For
Like,
good and for bad.
okay, exactly. And that's supposed to be a safe space. And Judge Judy over here would be like, no, no.
I hear, is it Door Alley? I hear Door Alley's like the true kind of like what we think of Folsom now. They say Folsom's still Folsom, but it's gotten so almost gentrified in a way. Like there's so many straight people are just like okay with it. Yeah, that they're like, oh, Door Alley's like the old school, like nasty.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard as well too. Because a friend was there last year, and he was saying that he hung out with this woman, with this married couple, and she had her husband on a leash, just walking around, being like, "Come here, boy." And I was like, "Oh." Ooh. And my friend was like, and that man was so fine too. He was like a 6'8" dude. His wife was probably all of like 5'6". Had that bitch at a chokehold, being like, "You doing what I said?" I was like,
you know, she pegging him. She looking like a little chihuahua. Yeah.
What's Scottie Pippen's ex-wife's name? Larsa
and all them.
Look. She said, "You gonna get in this pussy tonight.
You gonna get this." She said, "We only on round 3, nigga."
Stop your crying, bitch. You better drink yourself a V8.
Bitch.
I know that's right.
Not a V8, bitch. Shut the fuck
up. Look me out. Not a V8. Yeah. Oh, man. You know, V8, when I was in Atlanta this last weekend, Corey calls me. He's like, we just got an alert that there's been a contamination in the Delaware River here in Philly, and that don't drink the water and everything. And bitch, this city went crazy. Like, you can't find water for shit in this city right now. Like, everyone stormed literally probably a radius of like 80 miles of every store of water. And Corey said he got off work and he said all he could find was at the 7-Eleven 4 bottles of water there. Everywhere else was knocked out. And then we literally just right before we hopped on to record, got an alert saying, okay, the water is good to drink. Like, I guess the contaminants didn't end up contaminating as much as they thought or something. I don't know. Everything's crazy. But I guess 8,000 gallons of latex got spilled into the Delaware River, and the Delaware River is what literally gives all the water of Philadelphia. So they were trying to shut that shit down, but they're saying maybe it was just, obviously the river's massive, and the gallons of water in a river, it was enough to dilute the contaminants or something. I don't know. I'm like, girl, this sounds fishy as hell, but y'all,
that's what I'm gonna say.
Drink water all year long.
Look,
now you're gonna drink some water.
Look, they trying to avoid a Flint situation over there.
That's a word.
Watch some of your neighbors end up growing hands out their backs and shit like that.
And let's be honest, they already wilded in Philly. So you wouldn't even know.
Right.
You'd be like,
you're like, oh, that's a regular ass Friday, bitch. It's so true.
Like, this ain't no water. Man, this evolution.
Right. Literally. But yeah, like all over Twitter, all over the like Instagram and everything, you just saw like all these scenes of people fighting in the stores, trying to get like 5 big old things of water, trying to carry them down the streets of Philly. I'm like, this is insanity. Watergate 2023.
I didn't even know about it until Maya, who we had on the podcast a couple years ago.
Oh, her and her new baby, by the way.
I know. Yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. And so I've been like, I stay in contact with her a little bit here and there. And then I was seeing her Instagram story that, they had just got a couple of cases of water. And if you knew anyone who had some water because they got a newborn, I was like, dang, what's going on? And that's what made me go look into what's happening.
And of course, like, stop. He's like, when you're flying back at the airport, picking up some water from the airport. I'm like, I'm not about to weigh down my bag with no damn water. I was like, drink some Coca-Cola. So what I do, I literally went on Amazon, ordered some water. I was like,
why people going crazy? It's only in Philly. I mean, damn, you can get Amazon deliver water from anywhere.
Seriously. I was like, this is crazy. So that's all everybody's been talking about at work the last 2 days.
Oh, that's
they're
annoying.
like all survival stories of trying to get water.
Not the survival stories, you know.
Literally, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like COVID hit again.
That's literally what I was thinking about when everyone wild over the tissue and the damn water. God damn.
Wild. But let's see here. What else is going on here? Oh. So Dawon, you're not the only one that doesn't think Halle Berry can't act. We've found that out.
We drudging this up. Okay, let's go.
I was thinking though, I was like, I figured out why. So Jerrell, I think you're gonna agree with me. The reason Dawon does not like Halle Berry acting is because of Storm from X-Men. Because you know he loved him some Storm, and he probably thought Halle Berry fucked up Storm, and he done held a grudge ever since.
I could see that, but if anything, I think he would probably give her more leeway because it was Storm. Be like, because I love Storm, I'm gonna let that slide because I like her. That's the one time I'm not gonna judge her because I like this character.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I hated her Storm. So, but I mean, it's not the worst thing that I've seen her do. And don't get me wrong, she's a beautiful human being, and like, you know, she has some talents, but I mean, just because you can memorize and say some lines, don't make you an actress. I'm just gonna put it out there like that.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
Okay, that's the read of 2023.
Look,
I mean,
and she's in her reading era. That's what she's in.
She is in her reading era.
She in her the library is always open era. The you and your mama ain't even safe era.
Honey, that is a word.
Somebody,
I forget but yeah, people are coming out the woodworks.
Honey, somebody said, I'm trying to remember what the name of that movie was. Somebody said she ate up some role, and there was like a movie where
Gothica.
she was Gothica, some movie that came out in 2001. And I'm like, let me just look up the accolades for this particular movie, and it won like MTV Teen Choice Award. You know, like it was like nothing. Like, okay, just because you might have felt seen, that's great for you, but that does not mean that she was a great actress.
She was good at losing Isaiah, though. That was a good one. Look,
this is why I had to slide in with my little funky ass comment. She was good in the Flintstones. I was like, while we at it, while we just throwing bullshit out there, let me go ahead and throw that out there too. I was like,
man,
you put losing Isaiah.
Babs
I did
was
like
cute.
her in Babs. Yeah,
Babs was very cute.
And actually, I liked her. I liked her as a Bond girl. To be honest with you,
yes,
I liked her as a Bond girl. But everything else,
I know somebody said Catwoman. I was like, "Ooh, damn!"
Oh yeah.
I was like, "You're right."
Yeah,
that was a terrible ass movie.
That was horrible.
That was a terrible ass movie. Oh man, but okay.
I
was thinking that the other day. I was like, "Oh, he probably just mad she fucked up Storm."
I was just trying to slide in a couple little comments, but Jerrell was not letting them go. Every little thing that I was saying that week, she was like,
because you would just slide them shits in. You are like the epitome of a drive-by shooting.
And it's your delivery too. It's the way you deliver it too.
Yes.
Which it almost sounds like you would just, you know, you're stating a fact, but it's like a shady ass fuck like fact. And I'm like damn.
You know, it's like they saying that the movie Paris is Burning. I don't have to tell you you're ugly because you already know you're ugly.
Honey, I was like, damn. And then I do have another serious question to ask you guys. And someone asked me this at work. What are you wearing to the Beyonce concert? And I was like, damn, that's a true question.
Let me tell you.
This is the one that you got to put some thought into it.
Okay, here's the thing. So I'm mad now. So do you call it Balmain? How do you pronounce it?
I think it's Balmain.
That, yes. So the fact that she is she collaborating with them.
Yeah, they're looking hella good too.
The looks that they're serving, I said, bitch, I'm gonna look like Cinderella without the fairy godmother. Going to this Renaissance. There is no, if that is the bar, how?
I
And
don't know.
I'm sitting here thinking like, all right, well, how I'm gonna make some shit. I'm sitting here like, I need to go to
Get
Joanne's
some
Rabbit.
popsicle sticks.
I need to go to Michael's. For real, bitch. I'm like, I need to get some shoulder pads and figure out how to like make a little neck brace and then put a bar around and have like some fringe coming down. I'm like, I'm blocking somebody motherfucking view in the club and somebody gonna be mad. I'm gonna look like fucking Tim's at the I got the damn Oscars at Renaissance, big old piece, and somebody gonna be mad. I'm like, this was the assignment. Beyonce is giving us the homework. Show your work. She's telling us to show your work. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna show my work. How? I don't know, bitch. We're gonna figure it out. We have to figure it out.
Because literally the assistant at work to the senior vice president, she's this black girl and she's just like Philly through and through. And she knows I'm gay, so she be kikiing with me. And she came over, she's like, hey. And like she's whispering like this. She's like, hey, girl. I'm like, yeah. I'm like sitting there like typing away, like in the zone. And I stop. She's like, what you gonna wear to the Beyonce concert? And it stopped me dead in my tracks. I was like, damn, I don't even know. I don't even know.
Although you know the elements metallic, right. It has to include some type of fringe or some type of like kind of like hard material of some shit. It's just very futuristic at this point.
And I don't want to be that old man looking crazy and looking like Tina Turner or something. They're gonna clown my ass, but like that old man thinking he fly.
Not George Clinton over here.
Honey. I mean, they're stomping in them big ass boots.
Oh God. Honey, I am not outfitting at all. I already made up my mind.
You're not.
No, girl,
honey,
it's gonna
Paris.
be.
You guys are
but it's gonna be Paris. First of all, it's gonna be hot because it's the precipice of summer. It is an outdoor stadium, and for the most part, you're gonna be standing shoulder to shoulder with everybody else. So, for me, I'm not trying to get caught up. I am not trying to get caught up in somebody's zippers or, paillettes or, no, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to like walk through the crowd and then have some of my friends get snagged on somebody else's outfit because we all decided to be extra together. So now it's nothing but flammables all over the Beyonce concert. No, ma'am. And them friends love to smoke them cigarettes. And no.
Oh, damn, that's a good point. So I need to think about what type of material too now.
Yeah,
honey, not flammables.
Yeah, man.
No.
But then, are you gonna still feel weird, like everybody extra, and you in there in some Levi's and in a tank top?
But here's the thing: we're going to Paris, and I don't think they extra like that though. I can't see them being extra like that.
I can't imagine that it's going to be like that. Like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's more us. That's more us here in the States.
I want to turn
like that.
Yeah.
And that's why I want to make sure I turn out like that in Paris because they gonna know where my ass is from. That's an American nigga.
Oh, that's a nigga in Paris. Mm-hmm. American nigga in Paris.
Literally.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So look, I think I can't remember if this was the last episode we talked about this because I was looking at getting additional Beyonce tickets because even though we have them, they're up there.
Yeah,
and I'm
they're
like,
actually up. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
They're like section 100, but their sections go in reverse. So the lower the number, the higher it is. And so I'm like, I don't know about this. So I think I may be getting more tickets.
My cousin actually my cousin just got another ticket and she found on StubHub 4 tickets for $200.
Yeah.
Where they do that at? Paris.
Four tickets for $200 a piece or all together?
A piece.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I looked at Club Renaissance. I'm not doing that because that's right now on StubHub. That's like resale, so that's like $2,000. I'm not doing that. But if we do like I forget what it's called. It's like it's the outer rim outside of the inner rim. If you do that, it's like $400 a piece, and I would do that. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and lock those
the outer rim and the inner rim. Ooh.
Yeah. So,
Come on,
See?
falsities.
Right, she can't get it out of her head. Can't get you out of my
baby.
head. All that sex is all I'm thinking about.
I mean, literally
March
less than
Madness
2
night.
months. Less than 2 months from today, we will literally have already watched her. Like, I'm just.
And then y'all better not spoil a thing either. Don't tell me shit. I don't want to know
You
nothing.
got to block.
Yeah, because we
Well,
were.
so what's going to happen is
first
what's
show,
going to happen is
yeah.
go ahead and take you another cruise, and we're going to have to figure out, and we can talk about it while you ain't here, because it's going to have to be a topic on the episode. So
We're gonna have to wait a month until I see that shit after y'all see that shit.
You know what?
you said you going in July?
I go. Is it June? I think it's June.
It's June.
You know what?
Is that what?
Why don't
I gotta look that shit up.
Why don't you and Corey come to Paris?
Mhm.
I got your
I like that
tickets.
idea.
I tried. I asked him, and he said,
Well, then leave him.
Like,
Leave him here.
Right, it's obstacle.
You don't want to go,
girl. Look,
it is an obstacle. It's not that he doesn't want to go.
Brandon.
You know, holiday weekends are
Hello,
just a big-
Brandon. Why don't you come?
a big money maker for him.
girl, you already got that ring. You are secured. You didn't secure
Right, you
the
ain't going
ring.
nowhere.
Like, honey,
So
I
y'all
see you
giving
in
me
the
bad
field.
advice. Y'all Corell gonna end up missing. I'm gonna be the contaminant in the Delaware.
Look, he gonna have to come to Paris to find your ass, bitch. Okay, so you won't come up missing. He'll get there one way or another.
Honey.
I'll be contaminated in the Delaware River. No, the hell I'm not.
Come on, where's your sense
What
of
happened?
adventure?
What happened to Auntie Baka? Bitch, he went to Paris and saw Beyonce. We ain't never seen him since. No, I am not going over there.
Okay. All right.
But I don't
Beyonce
know. I
said,
won't
"Release your
go back.
mind, release your soul, girl. Come on,
Honey,
He said, "You
release
won't
your soul
break
for
my
real.
heart."
It ain't my love, candy corn raindrops either. No, ma'am. Oh, Lord. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna wear either. I truly don't. And it's bothering me now that ever since she brought that up to me, I'm like, damn, you right. I got to think this shit out.
Mhm.
Yeesh. Oh,
Yeah, I think
man.
I'm actually going to. There's a couple of pieces that I have in mind that I want to make an attempt of making, which are very like easy pieces to make.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try my hand out a couple things. I'm gonna go to like a Michael's or Joanne Fabrics, get a couple things and try something out on a small little scale, you know. And then if it looks cute on a small scale, then we're gonna enlarge it because she ain't missing no meals, so it's gonna have to be enlarged.
I'm right there with you, girl.
So, like
Oh,
somebody was
man.
talking about how Winnie the Pooh ain't wear a crop top for to show us about, you know, to love our bodies for nothing. And I was like,
That's a word.
you right. I
Word.
said, come on now. That's what I said. That's the era I'm entering.
Yes.
My
that
Winnie
is
the
a
Pooh crop
word.
top era.
My
That's
Winnie the
cool.
Pooh era. Bitch, I've been in it.
Honey,
What?
she gonna be wearing brown leggings and an orange shirt for Halloween. Talking about Halloween.
And I'm gonna have my little ears right up
Little
here.
ears.
Miss Honey,
Like,
Honey Jar says Miss Honey.
I fucking love it. That's hilarious.
That's perfect. I'm telling you. Oh Lord. And then quickly too, did you see that the drag queens are banding up and they're gonna have a drag telethon?
Yeah, when
and
is
it's
all
gonna
this
be-
happening?
Let's see here. It's gonna be on May 7th at 7 p.m. Let's see here. It says find more information here. But it's called Drag Isn't Dangerous, a digital fundraiser. So it looks like it might be digitally and obviously in person as well, maybe. And the proceeds obviously will go to supporting drag queens and transgender community and all of our community, honestly.
Yeah.
And it looks like there's going to be a lot of big name drag queens that have banded together, which is awesome to see. You know, to really put that power of the RuPaul Drag Race fandom into place, because this shit is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
And like we even saw like the shooting in Nashville occur, which is insanity.
Yeah.
And then now they're trying to weaponize something that crazy against our community. Like, saying, oh, the person that shot was transgender, so they must be on so much testosterone and this. I'm like, how in a moment of tragedy like that do you have even the wherewithal to start weaponizing it that quick? Like, it is so wild to me. Like, people in communities
because
are
they white.
hurting.
That's all they do.
Yeah.
That's how they roll.
Exactly, because they gave
Right.
no room or time for peace to mourn the
None.
3 kids or the adults that have been immediately like, how can I spin this in my favor?
Yeah.
You know, and I just literally, like, I was watching the news this morning when I found out that it was a trans individual that did it, and I literally was just like, here we go. The moment I was just like, here we go. And then less than 30 minutes again, I was seeing shit trend online and people making posts. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to make time today. And I sure was gathering some of the folks. Because I was saying last week too, and this I was like, damn, I knew I jinxed myself. Because I was saying last week, I'm so proud of you, like, that you still keep people on your timeline that, you know, like, you know, ain't. And then sure enough, the people came out on mine.
They come out from Walmart.
Yep.
And I normally see it coming out more so when it comes to the LGBTQIA+, because it's more so Black and brown individuals that I see making these ignorant ass comments on my timeline. Mm-hmm. When it comes to anything else, they all gone. Because normally, if a white person check that box, they check all the other boxes. So it's easy to just be like, shoot. But when it's my Black and brown folks, I'd be like, come on now, here we go.
Yeah,
here we go. Because what we not gonna do, and having had those conversations with my uncle and people online, being like, if you loving me is not enough, being like, well, I accept you, nephew, for being that is not enough. That's the bare motherfucking minimum that you can do. The bare minimum. So you don't get a high five, you don't get a thank you or congratulations or any of that shit. And the truth is, if you love me, then you see everyone in my community. Just like you want me to stand up to that community when it comes to Black lives, I'm going to tell you to do the same thing when it comes to the LGBTQIA+ community. And it should not be like whoa, why we got to bring that into it?
Or a hard concept for them to even
to grasp.
To do.
Thank you. I just can't.
And I have a friend that I went to college with. He's queer, and he works a mile away from that school as a high school college counselor. And he put on his, and I hope he doesn't mind me sharing this today, because he put on his story today. He's like, yesterday's shooting. So obviously we're recording on a Tuesday this week. Yesterday's shooting happened less than a mile from my school. Many of our students and faculty are closely connected to Covenant in many ways. Each faculty member met with our small group advisories of 7 students at the beginning of school today to check in. In tears, one of my students said, it could have been any 6 of us. Why are we not safe? Why does no one care? Why isn't anyone doing anything? And then another one said, we're about to graduate. Why is it such a milestone that I survived high school?
And we all predicted this. We all predicted this from the very first sets of mass shootings. We said it's not going to take long before we end up getting desensitized to this.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening?
And the fact that it's now officially the leading cause of death in children in America.
Yep.
It's infuriating. It's saddening. It's maddening. And they still want, like, you know who they is, still pointing the fingers at everything else, trying to duck and weave.
Right.
Lobbyists that they're getting paid from, that have them in their pockets to make laws that continue to keep this so easily accessible to everyone, but to also to those that don't need to get access to this. And yes, I get people are like, oh, well, mental health to this, that. Nobody need access to no damn gun. Mental health or not mental health, and all the above. Like,
and that's the crazy thing too. The fact that we have the data that shows what it was like when it was banned, and it was not like this. We know what our country can look like when we don't have access to them.
And we know what other parts of the world look like.
Right. So it's not like we're talking about like some made up bullshit, that we're just assuming it's going to get better. We know that it will not be like this.
That's wild. So again, I don't even, we've run out of words to just say we're thinking of you. And I don't know. There's nothing that's going to help that what we could say, but all we can do is continue to fight. All we can do is continue to vote. We continue to stress that every fucking episode. It feels like if you are not registered to vote, I don't want to hear your mouth. Stay the fuck away.
If you don't vote, if you register and you don't vote, you ain't got no comments. No, ma'am.
None.
Yeah.
All right. On that note, we'll take a quick little tea break.
All right.
Hey, community. Guess what? Our 4th anniversary of Minoritea Report is just around the corner.
Yes, ma'am. So join us, please, April 18th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for a live recording. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
So, of course, that means bring your good wig, bring your favorite drink, have some questions, join in on the tea with us, and just come kick it with us and, just have a good time. So we hope to see you all on, again, April 18th.
All righty, ladies. What time is it?
Ask your auntie.
Who's got it this week?
I can go ahead and read it.
Oh, you go for it.
Oh, you go for it, Dawon.
Okay. Hey, aunties, we have a new policy at work that encourages people to include their pronouns in their email signature line. I don't know why we're supposed to do this. My name is traditionally feminine, so people aren't likely to get confused about who I am. Should I include them? Interesting that they ended that question on the word them.
Them.
That part. No, you should not include them. You should include her, she. If that's what your traditional feminine name is. I mean,
I will say this. I didn't understand until I went to a private event of a showing of something that I can't share because I signed an NDA for Amazon, but it was during the month of Pride, and they had like a someone from Glamazon to kind of speak about the importance of using pronouns and stuff like that. And I didn't really understand the importance of just seeing someone with their pronouns and how that can just be a symbol of a safe space and how comforting it can be to see them. And it was in that moment I was like, okay, I mean, honestly, it doesn't hurt. You're putting it in a signature, so like it's honestly the least you can do. It's not changing anything. It's not telling you need to be someone else, And then fast forward to probably like maybe 5 months later, I was teaching a class at work, and one of my learners came in, and it was a trans woman. And before class even started, she was like, seeing your pen lets me know that I am welcomed here and that I am okay. And I can't tell you as a trans woman how refreshing that is. And it literally like brought me to tears because it was just like, I don't get it because I'm not trans, but I get it as being a Black person that walks into a room and that's the first thing someone notices, right? And being Black and white spaces can often feel like, am I okay? Like, is everything gonna be all right? And that's kind of like, I think about just like, when there's 2 other Black people and there's a whole bunch of white people, what do we always do? We nod, we see each other, and we acknowledge, right? And essentially, that's what having our pronouns and our signatures kind of does. It like we see, like I see you, we see each other. So hell yes, include it, and it's in a signature. So every time you open an email, you send an email, it's automatically there. It's not like you need to put her, she, he, them, whatever your pronouns are. You need to type it every time. It's in your signature. It does it for you.
I agree. And I think you nailed it. It's just simply to show that I am a safe space and zone for you. And that I acknowledge you, I see you, and I support you. Point blank in the period. That's all it really does. And yes, even though the signature is talking about me specifically, it's literally to support others and the non-binary and transgender, all people that the pronouns matter to them. It matters to me then, okay? And I'm gonna respect that. Because like you said, like there's been many times where we walk into the space and they see the black and they find a way to make it uncomfortable for me. So I don't want to make it uncomfortable for you. And if that's like you said, that's an easy thing. You do it once and that shit is in there every time. And half the time I forget that shit is in my signature, to be honest, you know. But I'm glad I did it. And every once in a while I'll catch up like, oh yeah, I did that, huh? You know? So and then honestly, part of it too is like, well, our company's pretty progressive in that regard, but like for as long as it's like it kind of shows them that hey, Jerrell might be a gay man. Let me watch what the fuck I'm talking about in my presence and in my vicinity, because I don't want that around me. I don't want that energy around me. Don't be doing that around me. So if anything, it shows that I am at least minimum an ally to the community that I am a part of. So yeah. So do it if you consider yourself an ally. That's a small action that you can do. It's like you said, it's a bare minimum. It's not hard to do, but at least it's one step in an action besides just words of you saying, "Oh, I support the LGBTQIA plus community." No, the pronouns show that you're at least progressive enough to understand that pronouns matter to somebody else.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Professional.
I know, right? Come on, HR.
I'm right. Honestly, I agree 100% with everything you said, so I'm not going to repeat it. I find it interesting that particularly people from historically and traditionally marginalized communities will sit in their own privilege when it comes to other people that they don't share the same experience. And it's frustrating for me to read this question because one, it makes me wonder, well, what kind of communication came out from your company about why they are putting this policy into practice that you have to come on and ask a question outside of your organization to, three I was going to say non-binary, but that's not us. Like three, black gay men who don't identify as trans, right? To ask a question for us. Right. So one, I thank you for asking the question, but two, it makes me wonder what kind of enablement has your organization provided to leave such a gap in your head as to why this would be important and why you might want to consider doing it. No one is asking you to redefine who I would assume, because I don't work for this company, so I don't know. Maybe they are. There's a whole bunch of stuff out there.
There's some out there.
Right. They may be saying, if your name is traditionally feminine, then you might want to be this, that, and the other. But but I digress. It's just frustrating for me when I think about, and I'm making an assumption that because your name is traditionally feminine based on your own words, that you probably identify as a woman of some gender construct, and that's not a read. That's just I'm just making an assumption because I don't know. But women have been ostracized and looked over and abused and are fighting for rights just like trans individuals. And so the least we can do as part of a community that is experiencing ongoing systematic oppression and bigotry and bias is to show up for others and that are part of other communities that really need our voices. And especially off of the heels of the Me Too movement and this ultra feminism that's been going on, that women have asked all other people to bond in arms and link arms and show up for them. It frustrates me. And so,
and especially in the light of now with like the drag community and transgender stuff that's going on.
Absolutely.
That's another bare minimum thing you can do to show support.
If the question is truly genuine, and just know that my frustration isn't with the person specifically asking the question, but it's really the experience that comes over and over and over again when it comes to LGBTQIA specific issues. people who do not identify as LGBTQIA+, oftentimes lean more into their privilege. Oh, well, why do I have to do that? Why do I have to, make changes? Why do they have to change the bathroom? Because it makes for an equitable and inclusive experience where everyone, no matter how they identify, can show up authentically and feel safe and respected, and they don't have to fear. That's why. Now, if you don't believe in that stuff, or if you don't want to use your platform, which email is a platform in a corporate space, if you don't want to use your platform to support that, that is your choice. But you asked us. So we're telling you that if you want to show if you want to show support, put your damn pronouns in there. Just do it.
That part.
Just do it. Like this should not be.
Dawon said you asked your aunties.
So like this whole notion of I don't even understand. It is so inconceivable to me to even understand why we even consider doing it. It sounds tone deaf, and it could be coming from a place of you just don't know. And I get that, but it reads tone deaf. This is not a conversation that we're just now having in 2023 in March of 2023. This is not a new conversation. And so, thank you for asking the question. I think you've got some really great answers here. I think anyone else who may have wondered.
It's a thank you at the end of the read.
And it was like this. He said,
right.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking the question after I just dragged you through everything.
I mean,
dragged you through your tone deafness.
That is the political way. It's like, don't ask no stupid question like that again. Like,
ass bitch.
Dumbass bitch.
And I sure was gonna follow that up with somebody out there might actually be wondering this question that's not part of your company, but you beat me to the punch.
But and honestly, like that was a response for like people and corporations, because we hinted at it that there are still a lot of corporations and jobs that are just as tone deaf that aren't encouraging this. So at least maybe this company is. The wheels are starting to turn, and they starting to realize, or at least they don't want to get left behind.
Yeah,
there's still companies that aren't even encouraging this or wanting people to do this. So yes, even though we're reading you for filth, it's a true statement that this is still going on out there.
And you're not the only uneducated one out there either. So just know that there's a whole slew of people who have not caught up to March of 2023, like Auntie Dawon said. And so you're not alone. And that is why, we are reading you to the way that you need to be read, because there's no way that you're here today and not hearing about this. It's a choice to be in places where you're not hearing these conversations. And that is something you need to be asking yourself, is how can I be more aware of what's happening in today's time as well too. Because the truth of the fact is, as long as it took you to write this question, you could have been and updated your signature. Just saying.
Honey. The longest part it takes is to try to find where to update that damn signature in Microsoft Outlook. It's like, where the fuck is that at?
That part. I have to acknowledge that, for somebody that took the time to write this question into us, clearly they are someone that is
in Texas. Oh, sorry. Florida. I mean, sorry. I almost said Tennessee. Oh, damn. I meant to say Tennessee. What were you saying?
Tennessee.
I mean,
I'm getting real stressed.
The fact that this individual, and perhaps a lot of other people that are wondering a lot of the same things, who are part of the gay community, maybe they are part of the LGBTQIA community, etc., who just haven't caught up. They're listening to us for, a really great reason. I get that. But one of the things that we focus on a lot in this podcast is the importance of representation. Representation matters. And, as performative as the black square was for Black Lives Matter, but there, as performative as it was, we really appreciated, well, I can't speak for anybody else. Right. I really appreciated seeing that that visible display of support. Now, of course, we back that up with, now what else you going to do? But
what you going to do, bitch?
But you have to start somewhere. And if the place where you can start in your journey of allyship is by putting your pronouns in there to signify as a political statement, as a statement of support for the LGBT, particularly for the trans community, but the LGBTQIA plus community, that is the bare minimum that one can do in their professional settings in order to create that much more inclusive environment. And it might invite some really palpable conversations that can be really transformative for somebody who is touched and appreciate the gesture that you chose to do of your own accord to support someone else.
Because the truth is, a lot of us move in silence when we're going through, and simply just seeing those pronouns can just be something encouraging and motivating and inspiring for someone to be like, I got this. I can keep going through. Hope, absolutely. And it's free. Most of the time, I'm telling you, put your money where your mouth is. Like, this is what time.
Money, your feet,
look, okay.
Your time.
These.
Okay.
Put your mouth where your mouth is. How about that?
Look. Speak up.
That part. No, I agree. So continue to send your questions, even though we might read you. Still send them questions into aya@minorityareport.com or DM us. Before we get out of here, I know, Dawon, you have some work shit you gotta get out of here. I'll ask Jerrell because I know Dawon ain't. Jerrell, you been watching the NCAA tournament?
Bitch.
Craziness.
Did I not say all that? Did I literally clocked all of that shit? I clocked all of it. Literally said, want to root for Purdue, but don't see it happening. Boom, out the first round. I was like, I want to root for Houston. I want to root for Alabama. But the way these number one seeds have been acting this season, don't see them. Ain't a number one seed in there. Bitch, ain't no one in the top 10 APA of the AP role is even in the final. That's the first time since 1963. I said, God
this tournament been wild.
Damn. And I gotta say this too. I gotta say this to my boo Casey. Shout out to Miami, because Miami is the basketball school of the year. Both the men and the women are in the Final Four.
Balling.
So,
but I got shout out to Dawn Staley though. Her girls are looking dope. The Gamecocks, they ain't playing around. And I just love it's just a black, she was a star before she was even a coach. Mm-hmm. And then I just love, because you know who she kind of remind me of? She almost like that Deion Sanders swag for the female basketball players. Yeah. She just got this aura about her, and I just love seeing a black woman dominate college basketball, because it was Gino for all them years. Yeah. I'm like, I'm here for it.
And what's her name? Patty something, the one that was the coach at Tennessee that passed away. Yeah. She was the other coach that was before
Gino came on. Pat Summitt.
Yeah, Pat Summitt. Yeah, and also I'm tired of hearing about that. I'm tired about hearing about that girl from Iowa. So I want to see what she looked like when she against the best defensive team in the college basketball.
I'm sorry, y'all. Dawon's stupid. So we try to have a conversation promoting the women's basketball game, and he over here on this. See, this is why we know Dawon like this show. Last week we talked about the Xscape SWV drama, and he just sent us this meme that said, "Who is this singing? Maxine Shaw to Mika Scott?" And it looked like his show do look like Maxine Shaw. I'm gonna have to save this and put this as a story. Damn, boo. That's fucking funny. Did you watch the latest episode of it? Did you catch up on the rest of it?
I did.
Are you liking it? Or are you, maybe not like is the word, enjoying it?
Yeah, it's so yes, I will continue to watch it. I'm actually kind of enjoying it. It is just very interesting seeing and hard for me to watch the family dysfunction. That's it. Because Tamika had invited her mother over to have a grown woman conversation, a civil conversation about how she was feeling. And her mother went off on her
I know.
And it was like she had to get all this stuff. She's like, I am the 5th member of this group. God damn it. I'm like,
it's like that's what you talking about right now, Ma?
It just, and she
just show you a lifetime of stuff.
She got to the apology and the whatever moment, but like, I could understand. I could really sympathize with Tamika. Like that, Mama, you got some work to do. We need Iyanla. We need Iyanla to come over there and fix their lives because this is not it.
Episode.
Wouldn't it?
That'd be a good ass episode.
Wouldn't it?
Not on my watch.
You're a scallywag.
Get some good ass TV. But I like how I like how Coco trying to contain her stuff. Because Coco feel like she about to cut somebody out in a heartbeat. Like, honey, she try not to. You see it try. She's doing a good job. She's doing a good job. She's holding herself back. But you can tell, Coco would have probably done snap somebody already by now.
She even confessed and shared or disclosed, I should say not confessed, she disclosed that she suffers from a form of bipolar depression, I think is how she described it. So, she goes from, kind of like manic states of highs and depressing lows, and it comes out as, like violent. And she was like, I almost killed somebody. And I'm like,
I was like,
damn. Okay.
She said, that's what you do. I had to go get some help. I was like, damn.
Girl, I had to put my bonbons down. Like,
did you see the last up? Did you see episode 4 yet? And obviously by this time, the episode 5 will be out.
Yeah.
Episode 4 is good too, because you just see again, maybe a little spoiler, you just see how Latasha acts like when shit need to get done, and everybody looking at her like, girl.
She ain't doing.
Is you finished or is you done?
She is not selling her album. If her album sees the light of the day, this gospel album,
like, supposed to come out on Good Friday.
It ain't looking godly. It ain't looking godly.
Ain't looking godly or holy at all. How you been holy?
Dying.
Well, also, Dawon, make sure you put on season 4 of Love Is Blind on your list, because that's out too.
Talking about that.
Oh yeah, yeah. I watched Love Is Blind. Yeah,
I know. But have you been watching the new season?
No, I haven't started.
It just
watching
came out on Friday.
Yeah, I haven't started watching it because I just wrapped the last episode of Married at First Sight. So I just got caught up on that.
It's interesting, and the only reason why I'm watching really is because all 30 of them are based in Seattle,
and they got a lot of black people. Mm-hmm. They have a lot of black people, Mm-hmm.
So they got all 30 people in Seattle.
Every one of them that went to that black employee resource group meeting.
I've seen a couple characters on the show. I've met a couple of them before.
Mm-hmm. I've not seen a single episode of any season.
Mm-hmm. And I was like,
talking about this show.
It's cute.
Yeah,
I actually really like it. I mean, I haven't seen this season, but like, I've watched previous seasons, and I know it sounds like super, super trashy, but it really is a study in human behavior. Like, you have these people who sign up for, like, what you're getting into. Like, yes, the show. So Love Is Blind is a bunch of people that are in like an apartment building or whatever together, and they go into these pods and interact with one another, but they can't see each other. So all they can do is hear the other person. And so,
because is this the show y'all was talking about last time, and somebody was running down the hall when they finally saw each other or something?
Yes. And the Asian guy Asian guy that was an actor who was like,
with the single, right, with the,
that was wild. That's not that wasn't really part of the show, but it is a study in human behavior, and it's interesting. Like, I'll liken it to the SWV and the Xscape thing. Like we were talking about last week's episode. Latasha knows that they are there to shoot a show, which requires dialogue. You showing up to an event to say, oh, I'm not going to make any decisions. I'm just going to pray on it. You're just going to sit there is a waste
Wait
of
till you see
fucking
episode
tape.
4. It's gonna drive you crazy.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's gonna drive you so crazy.
So yeah, so what I
Yeah.
end up doing was on these long ass flights going cross country, I load my phone up with all this shit and I just start watching while I'm on the flight because you know I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So I'll be
Do they
I'll be there.
release
I'll be
all
watching
Love
it.
is Blind out at once?
No, they do it like 6 episodes here, and then they'll do like another 6 episodes. So I just watched the first 5, or at least all that they did. They put out so far, and like you, I'll watch it on my flight from Chicago to Seattle.
Let me start that recording
And I
right
basically-
now.
And I got through all of the episodes from the time it took to get to security checkpoint to get to back home to Seattle. I got through all the episodes. So
Okay.
it's interesting to say the least. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on it.
I'm downloading it to my phone right now, so when I fly back on Thursday, I'll be able to just
Should be all caught up.
consume. I'll be able
Caught
to
up.
consume.
I was about to ask something. Oh, okay. Well, so by the time this episode for the week is out, we would have seen who made the top 3 of Drag Race. We'll end on this and get out of here. Who's the top 3 and who's going to win?
Well, Lucy's out, so a lot of us were wrong.
Why? Not me.
Oh no, not me.
Well, I was wrong.
You was wrong.
Yeah.
Look, y'all.
My
Let me
3 are
just say
still
this.
there.
Let me just say this. Y'all need to get y'all reading game leveled up. Because this little literal banter does not work at all. Notice I tried to spread the blame around.
This girl.
I was like, mm-mm.
I was a team player last week. I tried to be a team player. You said, no, it's me. Girl, it's you again.
It's you. She said you sat in your privilege this time.
And Smithy was wrong too because he thought Lucy was gonna be in there. He
Yeah.
was like, "Girl,
Yeah.
Lucy, you thought
Yeah.
Sasha was gonna lose before Lucy?" Girl,
Girl. Which Sasha
I
is the
guess
one
the
that
big-
should have won the last challenge anyways. So
yeah,
Facts.
it should not have been Anitra.
the teacher
yeah.
episode.
Yeah. I
Yeah, but
agree.
that made me think lean into what you're saying, Carell, that much more,
They're
as that
setting
they are
each up.
setting her up to win because
Yeah.
she was not the better
No.
of them. And then what's her name? Sasha's Kobe's teacher. She was giving us
Was
hair
eating.
band. She was eating.
She was
You can
living her
tell. You
fantasy.
can tell she actually watched Drag Race.
Yeah.
You know, she wasn't
Yeah.
just saying it because she actually got
Yeah.
into and
Yeah.
gave. So, yeah.
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 Okay, so,
So who do
who's
you-
winning it,
so
Dawon?
who's winning it?
Yes.
I think Anitra's going to win it. I think they're going to give it to her. I think Sasha's going to be runner up. I think
Same.
Mistress is going to be third, and then Lux is going to be out.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what did they say? And obviously, again, like we record so early before the episode come out. What is this last Friday's episode? What did they say?
It's a song. They're doing something to a song.
Oh, the music
Yeah.
video. That's
Yeah,
right.
to-
The
yeah, the
remix
music
too.
video.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Blame it on the edit. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So- And honestly, just FYI, this could be a trick because they said one of 3 will be going on to the final, but usually the final includes kind of like a round robin of eliminations. So they need
Yeah.
4 people to make that really work, unless they're planning a really short
Yeah.
final, or they're switching the final up to be like more performance based, where because like when they had like Bob, the drag queen, and a bunch of others, they did like their own songs or whatever for the finale.
Yeah.
So they could do that, but I feel like it's going to be one of those
feel like-
situations where they'll fake
That's
out.
what they did last season. That's
Yeah,
what they
they're
did
gonna
last
fake
season
out.
because it was 4 of them last season,
Yep,
and
it
they
was 4.
all lip synced to their own song.
Yep.
And then the top 2 went against each other, and it ended up being Willow Pill and Lady Camden.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they lip
Didn't
synced
there
against
for a
each
while
other.
though they did the top 3 for
Yeah.
maybe the first
Yeah.
10 seasons, maybe.
Yeah, they did.
And
They did
then
the
they
top
went
3.
to like the 4.
Yeah, they
So-
switched. I can't remember exactly what year it was, but they switched to 4, and they started doing like a tournament style elimination, you know. But you've been seeing they've been throwing a lot of new twists and turns into like the season, so we don't know how this is going to shake out.
I will say this. I would not be surprised if it's the 4 of them, because there hasn't been a single time this season where no one went home. And this would make sense for them to leave it to this episode that all 4 of them go to the final, because it has not happened not one time this season. And Lord knows it happened a few times the season before. Mm-hmm. So I can see them doing that this one, because the truth of the fact is, I can see all 4 of them in the finale. And that's kind of my thing. Like, they really are splitting hairs. And to be quite honest, I mean, Lucy could also be in the final as well, too. You get what I'm saying? She can be. I could see her. I mean, if these 4 can all be in the finale, I can see Lucy being in.
Lucy's on the caliber of Anitra and Sasha.
I didn't say when. There's a difference. But I'm talking about being.
Is she worthy to be in the final with them?
And if they're doing final 4, she can be in that bottom 4th. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, she could be in that top 3. 4th.
Get rid of Lux and Lucy. I can see that.
I didn't say that's what I want, but I'm just saying, like,
I hear what you're saying, Jerrell. Honestly, I hear what you're saying.
I got you.
It's not like the 2 that aren't going to win, which is Mistress and Lux. It's not like she's too far from those 2, is what I'm saying. Like, it's honestly Anitra and Sasha as the top 2, and then it's the next 3, 4,
the 5. Other girls,
and all 3 of the other girls, right? And all 3 of them could be after them, is what I'm saying.
I guess so.
Because honestly, Lux is like, you know, like a copycat version of oh God, what's her name?
Simone.
No. The top. Damn it! My brain is not working when I'm not reading somebody.
Read them for Phil.
What's the trans woman's name?
From which season?
This season, the current season.
She's like
Sasha? Sasha. That's what I was trying to. She's like a copycat version of Sasha without all the talent. Like, she's a look queen, but she doesn't have the talent.
Said without reading bitches, and he just read her.
Oh, look, I remember what I wanted to say. I just couldn't remember who the girl's name was.
That was another read.
So she really forgettable. Like, that's what you're saying. She's really forgettable.
That might be still though the read of the season. Lux saying that Lucy's drag was generic.
Yeah, girl.
And she wasn't wrong.
After she went down the line and
complimented everybody
else. That was a talent. I will say that. That was a talent.
That was a talent. I think they're setting Anitra up to win. I think, and I've said before, I think they already know Sasha is Sasha. Mm-hmm. They know that if Sasha won, people be very happy, but it's not going to add to her lure. Honestly, people knew she was Sasha coming into the season. Mm-hmm. I think they were still seeking out someone else that kind of surprised them. And from scene 1, Anitra came in, did the duck walk, surprised them, and they're like, "There we go." And the whole season, to me, feels like they've been setting her up, but also making sure Sasha gets her just due. Mm-hmm. But I think they're going to make Sasha number 2.
So here's my thing, because that's what I thought originally at the beginning was Anitra was going to win, and Sasha Colby, she's already iconic. You know, she's already an icon. So you know, it should be Anitra. But as far as who should win, it should be Sasha Colby, and that's the reason why I'm saying Sasha Colby, because that's who is supposed to win. Yeah. But from a longevity standpoint and the difference that it could make if Anitra wins, I totally understand. And I also want to point out too, ain't no white bitches in the final.
Yeah. You're right.
Bye, Lucy. Derek. And I still put, like, I see what your point was. I still put Lucy a step below Lux and Mistress, honestly, in my eyes. Like, I don't. The only thing she brought that was special was she knew how to dress herself, her body. What?
I mean, that's really the same thing, but that's the same thing that freaking mistress brings to, and the fact that she can paint her face. Other than that, she doesn't bring anything.
You're right, actually, on that.
Because the only thing that she also brings to the episode is just the reading and the dramatics.
Yeah.
But other than that, but that ain't. But when it comes to her direct, no, I think she won one. Yeah, she's won one. She's won one. She's won one. But she's not bringing anything else. And to be honest, I thought she was the worst out of all of them, if I'm being honest, because the person that she dressed up was hidden in all black. There was no shade.
Yeah,
there was no shade.
Oh, that light up.
It was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah. So we'll see. So obviously by the end of this week we'll know, because the episode will come to the end of our week. But we'll see what happens. Well, community, we gotta get out of here. Hopefully you're staying safe out there. As best as you can. This world is crazy. And wash your hands, wash your lips, wash your ass. See ya next week.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
All right, what do we want the three to be?
I should have said bye them.
Bye.
I'll cut it right now.